class is an object. That is we have started with unit number 4 as per our syllabus, and these things we have already discussed, that what is actually the class is, and how we can relate class with the object. Can anyone quickly give me the definition which we discussed yesterday quickly, so that we can proceed? What do you mean by a class, and what do you mean by an object?
And
Quickly.
class is the advancement of the variable.
No, 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 no. Give me a technical proper definition. See, advancement of a variable, that I told you, advance of a structure. But that is these. This is not a definition. This is, I have told you to make you aware, to make you relate between your structure and a class, right? Whenever someone, class is a user defined abstract data type. Very good, Harshit. Class is a user defined abstract data type. Also you can say class is an template for the object. Class is a template for the object. That is also another way to define your class. So these two are the definitions. So whenever someone asks you, don't say it is an advancement of a structure. This was just to make you understand that whatever the structure can do for you, class can do more than a structure, right? So that's why I have told you this is not a technical definition. Technical definition will be two: class is a user defined abstract data type, or you can say class is a template for an object. And just define what is an object then. What is an object? Yes, Vicky, very good. Object is an instance of class. So whenever you give memory to your class, you have already made the blueprint. You have designed that how your object will look like, what your object will contain, right? Once you have designed it, once you allocate the memory for that design, it is like a building plan, right? Whenever you are constructing and building, you are first creating a blueprint that how your building is look like. Building will look like there will be 2 bedrooms, there will be one kitchen, there will be one hall, there will be one dining space, and you locate everything at a proper place, right? You create a design first, and once your design is approved, design is ready, you start constructing your building, right? So when you start constructing your building, that means you are actually giving the memory to your building, to memory to your plan, right? Unless अब तक क्या था, जो ब्लूप्रिंट था उसको कोई मेमोरी नहीं थी. अब आप बोलोगे 15 by 15 का रूम है, दैट मीन्स व्हाट? एक्चुअल रूम नहीं होता वो, तो सिर्फ एक डिजाइन होती है. But once you start constructing your building, actually at that place you are going to construct a 15 by 15 room over there. So that is what actually memory. So object is, you can relate, just to make you understand, you can relate, you can have the analogy that object is a building, and the blueprint of the object, the plan, the layout of the building is similar to your class. Am I clear? Shall we proceed, guys, with the concept, with the coding part of class on object, how to create a class and how to use a class? Everyone? Okay, okay, great, great. I want response from all, not few. I know these students are very actively participating in all the lectures, and these are the students who will give me the response. Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. So let's start with the coding part, guys. So let me just make you aware. Let me show you this. So this we have discussed. So every class will have two things: properties and a behavior. Properties is nothing but a variables, and behavior is your methods. But we will not call now variables and methods. These are procedural oriented programming language term. Now we are switching to object oriented programming language, and hence we will be calling data members and member functions, right? So let us say, let me have let us create a class and create the object, and let's see how to use the class and how to use the object. Now let me create one simple Java file here, and giving a name class object demo. Class object demo, right? Dot Java, automatically it will be creating. So this is an empty file for me. Let me write demonstration of class and objects. Fine. So let's say I'm having a class called, class is a keyword, so we are supposed to write it in a small letters. Class, say we are writing calculate. Now we know calculator, right? Now let's make a simple, just a second. Yes, as it is inside my package, I have to write this line, right? Okay, let me write the comment section here. Okay, now what I want, let me this. I want a calculator class, right? Now what calculator will have? What can I create a class for calculator? What are the properties of a calculator? Can anyone tell me? I need to do two things, right? For calculator, properties and a behavior. So what can be as a part of property for a calculator? What data can calculator have? What properties can calculator have? Can anyone just give an idea? Yeah, arithmetic operation. See, arithmetic operations. You are only giving the hint. Operations means what? Task. So I cannot treat them as a property. I have to treat them as
I'm
a behavior.
addition, subtractions.
These are the tasks performed by calculator. So these are not actually the properties. They are actually the behavior of a calculator. They are the functions performed by calculator. Am I clear? What can be the properties of it? It can be, the properties is nothing but what computers have, can calculator have. Can I say it has numbers? So let me take integer number 1 and integer number 2. Let's make it simple. And let's say the data is, another one is result. These are the properties associated with calculator, right? And as you all rightly mentioned, what can be the behavior? What can be the different behavior of a calculator? The different behavior of the calculator is, let me reduce the size so that I can see the chat. Yes, Sunil has rightly told, numbers are the properties. Numbers are the properties. Right? And what are the operations? The arithmetic operation. Let's keep right now, let's keep only one operation, addition. Then we will be exploring, right? As it is a function, I will be writing addition. Now what my addition will do? It will simply do result is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Correct? This is only the task of addition. Am I clear? And every function has a signature. Signature consists of return type, name and parameter list. I have no return type, so I'm writing void. Is it clear? Is it clear till now, everyone? Let us make only first one class simple calculator with limited number of data and one member function. Am I clear, everyone? Shall I proceed? Okay, Harshil, fine. I want few more responses. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, fine, Mihir. So we can see that I have created three integers, one member function, but yet this class is not having any kind of memory. Why? Because this is just a design. This is just a template which we have created, that whatever object we will be creating from this class will have these things inside it. That's it. Right? Now, how to use the class? Now, always remember that in Java, we have multiple classes in a file. We have multiple classes, right? and majority of the classes will be for the logic. So this, you can say, this is my logic of the program, right? But there will be one class which will be the, you can say, the driving class, driver class. Driver class means the class which is having the main function. See how many main function can exist, how many main function can exist in entire program, in the entire application. Only one. Yes, correct. So I will be having one separate class always. I will be, this is a standard way to write. See, I can write public static void main here also inside calculator. There will be no error. I will be getting my output. Everything will be done. But this is not a standard way of writing Java programs. How we should write? We should create separate classes for our logic, and we should create one additional class which will be having our main method, which will be just used. There will be no logic inside this class. It will be just used to start the application. Fine. So public static void main, we know how, what is this? It is compulsory to write args, right? So I'm writing my main. Now can I do like this? Can I call simply addition? Can I call like this? Can I call anyone, whether it is valid or not? See, if I have written in Notepad, here I have written, so it is already showing me the error. But if it is in Notepad, you will not understand that whether it is error or not. Can I write like this? See, no. Why you cannot? Correct, Sunil. Why you cannot write? Because addition is not a standalone function. It is a member function. It is a member function, and hence, so it is a member function, and hence we need an object of this class. Actually, there is no memory for this right now because we have not created the object, right? And one more thing to remember. If I want to access any of the thing inside a class, any of the parameter of the class, whether it is a data member or a member function, I need the object for that class. Clear? So this line is not valid. So what I will be doing? First of all, I will be creating an object. How to create the object? By writing like this. Calculator C1 so is equal to new calculator. Now here this line is giving us so many information, but right now we understand that this is how we create the object. Now this particular part is actually the object. It's creating the memory. It's creating the memory for us, and that memory is identified, that memory is referenced, is pointed by the reference name called C1. Am I clear, everyone? So if someone asks you that what is the object in this line, then you should say this RHS is the object and LHS is your reference. C1 is your reference, C1 is not your object, C1 is your reference. You cannot interchange these two words, reference and an object, because everything has a separate meaning. Okay? So C1 is a reference, and this part is actually your object in the memory. Somewhere it is the job of an interpreter to allocate the memory from the free space, and you know where this is going to be stored, where the object is going to be created, right? It is in the which memory? Again, yesterday only someone has given the answer. I want today also. Yes, correct, Harshil. So heap is the place where this memory will be allocated, because it is created dynamically with the help of new operator. The heap will be used. The memories which are given at compile time, stack will be used. That is what, this is a standard programming way. Okay. Now, when you write this line, actually what is happening? Let's try to understand. Okay. There will be in your heap, there will be somewhere memory will be created, and the memory will be for three things. This will be number 1, this will be number 2, and this will be your result. So memory for the three different variables will be created. This memory will be identified by the reference name C1, as we have given C1, and there will be a separate space for addition, which will be, I have yesterday also I have told you that the member functions, memory for the member function is just created once, and that memory is accessed by all the objects. Am I clear with this? Now, right now, number 1, number 2, and result will be having which value? Whenever you write this line, C1 with three parameters, N1, N2, and R, what will be the values for these data members? Can anyone tell me? What will be the values? We have already discussed this. No one? What will be the value corresponding to, if I try to print N1, if I try to print N2 and R? What will be the value? No one. See, when
0.
correct, 0. Why? Because Java does not have anything called garbage. As these are integers, the default value will be 0. So if you try to print N1, N2 or result, the values will be 0. Right? Let me show you that. Okay. Now, once the object is created, memory has been allocated. Fine. Now what I can do? Can I do like this? Yes, correct, Abhiraj. Can I do like this now? Is it possible? मेमोरी तो दे दी, तो अभी मैं ऐसा कर सकती हूँ? Yes or no? Now can I do? Still not.
No, ma'am.
Still not. Why? Because as already we have discussed that as addition is not a standalone function, it is the data member, it is the member function of a class. So I need the object to call. Now when I need the object to call means C1 dot addition. So we have already addition is available here. So just use it. Addition, right? And if I try to, okay, before this, let me do one thing. Get the value for C1 dot number 1 is equal to 5, C1 dot number 2 is equal to 10, fine. And if I write system dot out dot println addition is plus C1 dot result, will I get the answer? Will I get the answer 15? Let me run it for you.
No, ma'am.
Still not. Why? Because see, we have assigned 5 and 10. We have assigned 5 and 10 here. Addition is 0, 5 and 10. But the addition is not yet performed. Why? Because we have not called the addition function. So how we will be calling? Once I call C1 dot addition, 5 and 10 will be added and it will be stored inside the result variable. And then if I use this statement, I will be getting the answer 15. Correct. Now, is there anyone having any doubt so far? How to access the data members and how to access the member functions of class, how to use the class? First of all, to use the class, you have to create the object, and to access any of the parameter of the class, whether it is a data member or a member function, with the help of object only, you can call. Am I clear? Correct. Okay, Harshil, I want few more responses.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Bajrang. Okay, Jai.
मैम आपने ये क्लास आपने दो बार क्यों लिखा हुआ है?
2 बार नहीं लिखा, मैंने 2 अलग क्लास लिखा है. मैंने वही बोला कि जब भी आप जावा प्रोग्राम करते हो, लॉजिक आप अलग क्लासेस में लिखते हो और मेन मेथड अलग क्लास में लिखते हो. If I write this main function inside calculator, then also I will be getting the output. There is no problem. But this is not the standard way to write an application. कभी भी आप लिखो, ऐसा नहीं कि 2 ही क्लास हो सकते हैं हमारे में, 5 क्लास, एक क्लास सिंपल कैलकुलेटर का है और एक क्लास मैंने बनाया है वो साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर का है, जिसमें ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस, लॉगरिदमिक फंक्शंस, एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन। ये सिंपल क्लास कैलकुलेटर है, उसमें बेसिक एरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशंस होते हैं। और दूसरा क्लास बनाती हूँ साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर, जिसमें जो साइंटिफिक है, जो लॉगरिदम है, एक्सपोनेंशियल है, वो सब फंक्शंस डालती हूँ। तो 2 क्लास हुए, राइट। वो दोनों क्लास एक्सेस करने के लिए आई विल बी क्रिएटिंग अ थर्ड क्लास। थर्ड क्लास मतलब ये देखो आप, ये मेन फंक्शन देखो, मेन फंक्शन में लॉजिक होगा ही नहीं। मेन क्लास विल बी ओनली यूज टू क्रिएट द ऑब्जेक्ट एंड कॉल द मेथड्स। लॉजिक किस में होगा? अदर क्लासेस में। So this is an ideal way to code the Java program, that your logic will be in separate classes and your main method will be in separate class, and that class will be having only one method, main method, which will be just used to create the objects and call the different member functions. That's it. There will be no logic inside main method. The logic will be inside the other classes. Am I clear? This is a standard way to write. Okay, right. Now actually this is also not a good way to write. आप हमें output आ गया, ठीक है चलो, लेकिन actually this is not the way to write, because see, जब आप देखोगे कि आपका number 1, number 2 result, these are the data members, actually these are the variables, these are the data, right, actually your data, ठीक है। और ये जो है, ये जो फंक्शंस क्या है, वो डेटा पे वर्क करते हैं। ये एक्चुअली बहुत सिंपल मीनिंग हुआ कि हमारे पास डेटा है और उस डेटा पे वर्क करने के लिए हम फंक्शंस बनाते हैं, ठीक है। तो अभी वन ऑफ द मेजर प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ क्लास इज एनकैप्सुलेशन। हम आगे बढ़ेंगे तब हम सीखेंगे कि एक एनकैप्सुलेशन होता है। एनकैप्सुलेशन मतलब क्या, कि हमने डेटा और मेथड जो उस डेटा पे वर्क करते हैं, वी हैव कंबाइंड इट इन अ abstract data type called class. That's fine. Now one of the feature of a class is abstraction, as we have already seen, कि हमें जो चीज नहीं दिखानी वो हम नहीं दिखाएंगे, जितनी चीज उस यूजर को दिखनी चाहिए उतनी ही दिखाएंगे, right? Now as a property of a class, the data members, I still please concentrate on this statement, that the data members generally 99% cases में the data members मतलब क्या, वेरिएबल। अभी मैं वेरिएबल और मेथड ऐसा नहीं बोलूंगी, डेटा मेंबर्स एंड मेंबर फंक्शंस ऐसा बोलूंगी। तो जो आपके डेटा मेंबर्स है, that should be hidden outside the class, that should be hidden because these are actual your data, ठीक है। तो डेटा सिक्योर करने के लिए, डेटा को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, द स्टैंडर्ड वे इज योर डेटा मेंबर शुड नॉट बी एक्सेसिबल outside the class. Only the member functions should be accessed outside the class. And with the help of member function, you can indirectly access the data member. This is what the standard class usage. The data members are kept hidden and member functions are visible outside the class. Now अभी जो हमने एग्जाम्पल किया उसमें आप देख सकते हो कि मैंने ये क्लास हुआ, ये दिस इज आउटसाइड द क्लास, ये जो है, ये पार्ट पूरा है, ये कैलकुलेटर के बाहर है, सो दिस इज आउटसाइड द क्लास। सो आइडियली I should not be able to access this number 1 and number 2 directly outside the class, ठीक है। Yes, I should be able to access member functions outside the class. So this line is fine. बिकॉज अभी वो भी मैं नहीं कर सकूंगी, तो क्लास का यूज ही क्या है, जो कुछ अगर एक्सेस ही नहीं करेंगे हम बाहर से, तो फिर क्या मतलब हुआ, ठीक है। सो मेंबर फंक्शंस आई कैन यूज, वी शुड यूज, बट डेटा मेंबर्स वी शुड नॉट, क्योंकि अभी तो ऐसा हो गया कि कोई भी आके ये वैल्यू चेंज कर देगा, लेकिन आई डोंट वांट दैट, राइट, आई डोंट वांट दैट, आई वांट ओनली द ऑथराइज्ड पर्सन टू चेंज द डेटा। सो द डेटा मेंबर शुड नॉट बी एक्सेस्ड आउटसाइड द क्लास डायरेक्टली। तो अभी इसका सोल्यूशन क्या है, अभी सी अल्टीमेटली मुझे एडिशन तो करना है और एडिशन के लिए मुझे वैल्यूज भी देनी है, लेकिन मैं डायरेक्टली एक्सेस तो कर नहीं सकती, करना नहीं चाहिए एक्चुअली. So what is the solution? The only way to access the data member is through member function. The only way to access the data member is through member function. So what I will be doing, let me do, I'll be creating one setter method. There are two types of methods, setter and getter. Setters and getters. ठीक है, setters मतलब क्या? Setters मतलब वो methods जो डेटा मेंबर में वैल्यू सेट करे मतलब स्टोर करे. और गेटर्स मतलब क्या? जो डेटा मेंबर्स में से वैल्यू एक्सट्रैक्ट करे. एम आई क्लियर? Are you getting the need of setters and getters, everyone? See, these are very generic
ma'am.
terms. These are very generic
Repeat,
terms
ma'am.
for OOP. See, I should not access the data members directly outside the class. The only way to access the data member outside the class is through member function. So what I will be having in OOP language, there are two special type of methods called getters and setters. Now you can give any name. It is not necessary to give only setters and getters, but we generally give setters and getters. So what is the role of getters and setters? Now, as the name suggests, setter means what? It will set the value. It will store the value inside a data member. And getters mean what? It will fetch the value from the data members for us. Right? तो पहले set होनी चाहिए या get होनी चाहिए? पहले हम क्या कॉल करेंगे? सेट करेंगे या गेट करेंगे? ऑब्वियसली सेट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विल सेट. Yes, correct. First of all, we'll set the values inside the data members. Then we will perform the operations on it, and then we will get the result. We'll get the values, right? So there are two ways to create setters and getters. Now अभी आप हमने manually ऐसे किया, अब ऐसे आप कर सकते हो. What I can have scanner class here. I can take the values from user through scanner class. यहाँ पे scanner class यूज कर दो, यूजर के पास से ले लो तो भी चलेगा. अभी मैं यही कर रही हूँ. number 1 is equal to 5 and number 2 is equal to 10. अभी मैं ये कर रही हूँ. अभी मैंने सेट कर दी वैल्यू, तो अभी यहां से मैं निकाल दूँ. राइट? हो गया. दूसरी वे है, यहाँ पे नेटबीन्स पे आप राइट क्लिक करोगे, राइट, यहाँ पे फाइल पे राइट क्लिक करोगे, यहाँ पे होगा इंसर्ट कोड, राइट. अभी इंसर्ट कोड पे क्लिक करोगे तो आपको आएगा, देख सकते हो आप, आपको क्या इंसर्ट करना है ये फाइल के लिए. तो गेटर एंड सेटर. आई वांट टू इंसर्ट टू मेथड. गेटर किसके लिए सेट, मुझे डिस्प्ले क्या करवाना है, इसमें से किसके लिए गेट करूं? रिजल्ट के लिए, राइट. आई वॉन्ट टू फेच द वैल्यू ऑफ रिजल्ट ओनली. आई डोंट वॉन्ट टू फेच द वैल्यू ऑफ नंबर 1. सो गेटर, इसके लिए गेटर जनरेट करते हैं. सो गेट रिजल्ट हो गई, गेट रिजल्ट. अभी सेटर करते हैं. सेटर मुझे दोनों के लिए चाहिए. ये रिजल्ट को मैं सेट नहीं करूंगी, रिजल्ट तो हमारा जनरेट होगा, ठीक है. तो ये जनरेट करते हैं सेटर. तो सेट नंबर 1, सेट नंबर 2. अभी आपको ये दिस नहीं पता, डोंट वरी, राइट. डोंट वरी, राइट नाउ यू डोंट नो दिस, नेवर माइंड. दो ऑप्शन है, आप एक ही मेथड पे ये कर सकते हो, या इंडिविजुअल. अगर आपकी ऐसी नीड है कि एक वैल्यू के लिए आपको चाहिए, सब वैल्यू एक साथ सेट नहीं करनी, तो आप इंडिविजुअल भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है. नाम कुछ भी दे सकते हो, बट जनरली वी गिव द नेम लाइक दिस. अगर इंडिविजुअल है तो इंडिविजुअल हम देंगे, राइट. एम आई क्लियर विद दिस? Am I clear with this? So I'm deleting this for a while. और मेरी मेथड तो आप जनरेट ऑटोमेटिकली भी करवा सकते हो, या मैन्युअली आपको अपना लॉजिक से सेट करनी है तो आप वो भी लिख सकते हो, ठीक है. तो अभी मैं ये गेट करवा रही हूँ. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट आई हैव टू डू नाउ, C1 डॉट setters. जैसे ही मैं C1 dot setters लिखूंगी, the control will go to this method. It will set the value of number 1 to 5, number 2 to 5, and फिर सेट कर दिया, फिर मैंने क्या किया, एडिशन कॉल किया। सो नंबर 1 में ऑटो वैल्यू है 5 और 10, it will add it and store in the result of this. Now should I use, what should I use here? Should I access the data member here? This is also not valid because I am accessing the data member directly, which is not actually the right way of programming. So what should I write now? Anyone, what should I write now? I want to fetch the result. What should I write now?
getter में
Getter. So which is the name of the C1 dot
getter.
get result? Here हमने से getter भी लिख सकते हैं, get result. मुझे specific result चाहिए तो get result. नाम आप कुछ भी दे सकते हो, but it should be meaningful. Yes, get result, correct. तो हमने get result करवा दिया. Let us run it and see whether we are getting the output or not. So we are getting our output. So is it fine? Getters, setters and how to. So आप अभी देख सकते हो कि ये main class हुआ जिसमें कुछ लॉजिक ही नहीं है, हमने सिर्फ ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया, मेथड्स कॉल किए और ठीक है, लॉजिक हमारा पूरा यहाँ है। अभी 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 मुझे बोलो कि दिस इज ओके इफ यू आर हैविंग वन ऑब्जेक्ट दिस फाइन, कैन आई हैव सेकेंड ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द सेम? What will happen now? What will happen now? It will be something like there will be memory for C1, 5, 10 and 15. This is for C1, right? Now I have created another object C2. अभी object है तो मैंने कल बोला था, ऑब्जेक्ट है तो मैंने कल बोला था कि देयर विल बी इंडिविजुअल मेमोरी फॉर इंडिविजुअल डेटा मेंबर, लेकिन ये C1 है हमारा, ठीक है। अभी C2 में क्या होगा? अगेन विल बी हैविंग सेपरेट मेमोरी, यूनिक मेमोरी फॉर अनदर ऑब्जेक्ट विच विल बी हैविंग नंबर 1, नंबर 2 एंड रिजल्ट। यहाँ पे वैल्यू होगी 5, 10 और 15, ठीक है, 5, 10 और 15। अभी मैं C2 करूंगी, C2 में क्या होगी? N1, N2 R। C2 में क्या होगी? When I write this line, calculator C2 is equal to new calculator, what will be the value inside N1, N2 and R of C2?
स्टार्टिंग में 0 0 होगा।
यस, बिकॉज अभी मैंने सेट नहीं की, C2 के लिए मैंने सेटर्स मेथड अप्लाई नहीं की, मैंने सिर्फ C1 के लिए करी। तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि सिर्फ C1 के लिए 5 और 10 सेट हुई, C2 के लिए नहीं हुई, बिकॉज C2 इज नॉट कॉलिंग द सेटर मेथड फॉर इटसेल्फ, ठीक है। सो कीप इन माइंड दैट whichever ऑब्जेक्ट इज कॉलिंग द पर्टिकुलर मेथड, those data members only will be into the picture. If I write C1 dot get result, whose result will be fetched? Right now I have two result variable with me. C1 के भी रिलेशन C1 में भी है, C2 में भी है, लेकिन जब मैं करूंगी C1 dot get result, किसके रिजल्ट वैल्यू मुझे डिस्प्ले होगी? किसका रिजल्ट? ऑब्वियसली C1, क्योंकि C1 कॉल कर रहा है, ठीक है। ये बहुत 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 समझ के, मतलब पूरा समझना ये कि जो ऑब्जेक्ट कॉल कर रहा है उसका ही डेटा मेंबर एक्सेस होगा, ठीक है। इवन वी हैव 100 ऑब्जेक्ट्स विथ अस, C1 to C100 वी हैव 100 ऑब्जेक्ट्स, 100 ऑब्जेक्ट के पास 100 इंडिविजुअल N1, N2 एंड रिजल्ट है, सब में सबके पास अलग अलग नंबर 1, नंबर 2 और रिजल्ट है, लेकिन कौन सा एक्सेस करेंगे? जो ऑब्जेक्ट कॉल करता है उसका ही, ठीक है। एंड क्रिएटिंग ऑब्जेक्ट डज नॉट मीन दैट द मेथड्स विल बी ऑटोमेटिकली कॉल्ड, right? Creating object means you have just given the memory to the object, you have occupied the memory inside your heap, nothing else. For every method you have to explicitly call. अगर मैं यहाँ पे set नहीं करूंगी, यहाँ पे C2 के लिए मैं setter मेथड अप्लाई नहीं करती, तो C2 में कुछ वैल्यू जाएगी ही नहीं। ऐसा नहीं होगा कि ऑटोमेटिकली क्लास में तो है तो ऑटोमेटिक कॉल होगी, नहीं. The member functions are not automatically called. You have to call it explicitly. Fine. So if I again want to do, if I want to do ये C1 के लिए हुआ एडिशन फॉर C1, राइट. ये सेम कर देती हूं मैं C2 के लिए. कंट्रोल V, C2 और यहाँ पे आएगा C2. रन. अभी दोनों में क्या होगा? 15 आएगा. क्यों आएगा? कैन एनीवन टेल मी? दोनों में आंसर 15 आया, क्यों?
Ma'am, because
दोनों में?
there is only one object and two differences pointing to single
There
object.
are two objects. There are two objects only. There are two number 1, there are two number 2, and there are two result. Separate, unique. Till the answer is 15 only. Yes, the thing is C1 and C2 both are calling the setter method, this method, and here I have set it manually. Statically मैंने दिया है कि जो भी ये मेथड कॉल करेगा उसके नंबर 1 में 5 जाएगा, नंबर 2 में 10 जाएगा. ठीक है. अभी मेरे पास दो ऑप्शन है. या तो मैं यहां से ये डिलीट करके स्कैनर क्लास ले लूं और जब ये कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट ये सेटर मेथड कॉल करेगा C1.setter या C2.setter, तो स्कैनर क्लास एग्जीक्यूट होगा, यूजर के पास से वैल्यू लेगा और नंबर 1 में असाइन करेगा. दिस इज वन वे, राइट. Another way is I will be deleting this. Let me delete this and take it manually. What I will be doing, insert code for number 1 and number 2. दोनों के लिए मुझे सेट करनी है. तो set number 1, set number 2. अभी this क्या है? Don't worry, let it be. We will be learning that. अभी setter नाम की तो कोई है नहीं हमारे पास. क्या है? set number 1. So C1 I am setting set number 1. Now it is taking one parameter. What I want to set? Say, let's say for C1 my number 1 value will be 5. And similarly C1 dot set number 2 I'm setting it to number 10. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि C1 के नंबर 1 में जाएगा 5 और C1 के नंबर 2 में जाएगा 10. Now similarly C2 dot set number 1 as 20 and C2 dot set number 2 as 30, right? तो अभी number 1 number 2 set हो गया. Then C2 dot result. Now when I run the file, I will be getting two different answers because every time I'm setting user defined value. This is another way. Third way is you can create one function setter method according to you like this, void setters, and आप दो पास करो, integer n1 comma integer n2. ये see, these are different ways to do, right? It is not कि ये ही हर बार यही कर सकते. Whichever is comfortable to you, whichever is convenient to you, whichever is much more appropriate to your application, you have to choose the way, right? So number 1 is equal to n1 and number 2 is equal to n2, correct? तो ये हो गया यूजर डिफाइन. तो अभी ये मैं कमेंट कर दूंगी और एक आप क्या कर दूंगी, C1 डॉट setters and I will be passing two values 5 and 10. So there are n different ways to set the values. C2 dot setters 20 and 30, correct? Again the answer will be same, 15 and 50. Am I clear everyone? So there are multiple ways to set the values. See, the way is only one, via member function, but how to create that member functions, in that there are various options available. Whichever is appropriate for your application, you can choose whether to generate automatic setters and getters, whether to generate your own getters and setters and combine all the things, pass all the values. taking scanner class inside the setter method, get the values from the user while the program is running, that also fine. Am I clear, everyone? I want responses from everyone. There are 68 students, almost 66 students who have joined. Only few of them are giving every time. Okay. And these are the very, very basic things you should know. Once you are not able to understand or grasp this concept, it is very, very difficult to get along the entire Java, because Java relies, these are the pillars of Java. We are learning right now alphabets for Java, right? Okay, fine. So this is what all about creating class, creating object, and how to access the data members and member functions. I have shown you can directly access the member functions, data members outside the class also, but this is not a standard way. Generally, we should always access the data members via member functions only, to make it secure, to make it protected, to restrict them from unauthorized access. Now, right now you might think that ultimately हम indirectly तो access कर ही सकते हैं, ठीक है? लेकिन there are so many things we attach with our class. This is a very basic model, but this model will be we can say redefined multiple times. हम access specifier लगा सकते हैं, हम कितने सारे abstraction लगा सकते हैं ताकि हम restrict कर सके कि ये कोई use ना करे जिसको use नहीं करना actually, ठीक है? So this is how we use our class and object. Any doubt, student? Okay, fine. Let me. So tomorrow, in the next session, whenever we'll be meeting, you are supposed to complete this program with getters, setters, everything, and with all the. Right now we have only considered one function, right? You should be able to. You should be able to write all the functions, right? All the basic 4 functions of calculator. So complete the program. Now, class सीख लिया, object बनाना सीख लिया, object data member में value pass करना सीख लिया, और ठीक है, ये सब सीख लिया. Now, let's do one more. We have still 15 minutes with us. Let me give you one idea for the next concept, and then we'll be studying it in detail, right? Now, as we have learned that there is one way of setting the value inside your data members through getters and setters, and we have multiple options to create our own getters and setters, and or either to generate automatically via the editor, or we can generate ourselves. But the problem with getters and setters, can anyone tell me problem with, or you can say the one thing for getters and setters? One property of getters and setters is, as these are member functions, I need to manually call. अभी मान लो कि मैंने C1 के लिए setter method कॉल नहीं की, तो C1 में कभी वैल्यू जाएगी ही नहीं, ठीक है? और अगर मैंने ये फाइल रन की तो मुझे इसका आंसर मिलेगा 0, क्योंकि मैंने मैन्युअली कॉल ही नहीं किया. लेकिन इज देयर एनी वे कि मुझे कुछ मैन्युअली कॉल ना करना पड़े, ऑटोमेटिकली मेरे डेटा मेंबर में वैल्यू चली जाए? ऐसा कुछ प्रोविजन है? तो जावा टेल्स यू दैट यस, देयर इज अ प्रोविजन. There is a special member function associated with every class. जो भी आप क्लास बनाते हो या जो भी इनबिल्ट क्लास है, हर एक क्लास के लिए एक स्पेशल मेंबर फंक्शंस अटैच्ड होता है. वो आप लिखो या ना लिखो, वो ऑटोमेटिक होता ही है. और उसका काम क्या है? उसका काम ये है कि डेटा मेंबर को इनिशियलाइज करे. इनिशियलाइज मतलब जैसे ही मेमोरी मिले, जैसे ही डेटा मेंबर के लिए मेमोरी मिले, डेटा मेंबर के लिए मेमोरी कब मिल रही है? दिस टाइम. यस और नो? This is the time where your data member is getting the memory. As soon as the data member is getting the memory, at that time only I want to automatically assign the value inside my data member. This process or this operation is carried out by a special member function called constructor. Very important concept. So constructor is a special member function which is automatically called. See, ये automatic call नहीं है, ये manual call हुआ. जब आप ऐसा C1 dot addition ऐसा लिखते हो और कॉल होता है, इसका मतलब ये मैन्युअल कॉल है. इट इज नॉट एन ऑटोमेटिकली कॉल. ऑटोमेटिकल मतलब ये कमेंट कर दूं तो ये कॉल नहीं होगा. ठीक है. सो constructor is a member function, special member function, which is automatically called whenever the object is created. ये लाइन पे ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट हुआ तो ऑटोमेटिकली कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल हो गया. अगर और कंस्ट्रक्टर इसमें से कौन सा है? ये हुआ हमारा कंस्ट्रक्टर. ये एक्चुअली इट्स सिमिलर टू, या आई विल टेल यू अंकित, हैव पेशेंस, वी विल बी लर्निंग दिस. मैंने बोला आपको कि हैव पेशेंस. ये दिस क्या है हम बाद में यूज करेंगे स्टेप बाय स्टेप. ठीक है. अभी मुझे कंस्ट्रक्टर समझाने दो. कैलकुलेटर ये हमारा हुआ कंस्ट्रक्टर. अभी आपको होना चाहिए, आपको डाउट होना चाहिए, आपको इंटरनली ऐसा होना चाहिए कि ये है parenthesis. Parenthesis मतलब a function. You are calling a function, right? You are calling a function. So let's create a function like this. Calculator. अभी ये एक स्पेशल मेंबर फंक्शन है. स्पेशल मेंबर फंक्शन है. इसमें हम रिटर्न टाइप नहीं लिखते. Constructor does not have the return type. And what is the name of the constructor? It is exactly same as that of the class name. It is exactly same as that of the class name. And what is the task of constructor? To initialize the data member. Right? Number 2 is equal to 25. Now you see. ये अभी मैं C2 का कमेंट कर रही हूँ. C1 मैंने, देखो अभी देखना, मैंने सेट भी नहीं किया, सेटर गेटर कुछ नहीं किया. मैंने सिर्फ कैलकुलेटर C1 का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट किया. ऑब्जेक्ट जैसे ही क्रिएट होगा न्यू मेमोरी एलोकेट कर देगा और कंस्ट्रक्टर को ऑटोमेटिकली कॉल कर देगा. मतलब ये कंस्ट्रक्टर में जाएगा. कंस्ट्रक्टर का काम क्या है कि डेटा मेंबर को इनिशियलाइज करे. डेटा मेंबर का इनिशियलाइज हुआ 15 और 25. 15 और 25 नंबर 1 और नंबर 2 में आ गए. किसके नंबर 1 और नंबर 2 में? C1 के. एंड जैसे ही मैं वो एडिशन का कॉल करूंगी, it will be adding this 15 and 25 and I will be getting the result. Let us run the file and see the output. So 25, 40. Are you getting everyone? So if you want that your data member should be initialized at the time of creation only, you should call a constructor. You should write a constructor. And inside that constructor you should initialize your data member with your values. Am I clear? Chandan, no means am I not clear, or am I clear for what you have written no? I'm keeping this till here. Tomorrow in the next session we'll be continuing with the constructor. There are so many things we have to learn for constructors, but right now keep in mind that constructor is a special member function which is called automatically whenever the objects get created, and the task of the constructor is to initialize the data member. प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टर क्या हुई, उसको रिटर्न टाइप नहीं होती. We even don't write void, right? So there is no return type for a constructor, and constructor is called automatically, and its name is exactly same as that of the class name. These are the few properties. So please do remember these things. Later in the next session we'll be continuing from constructor topic itself. Fine. So if you have any doubt, write it in the chat box. Meanwhile, let me take your attendance. Today is 20, right? Okay, Zaki Ahmed, Sachin Chinmay Dhairya, Milan Hitesh Hina, okay, Chirag Vensi Kamalraj, Chirag is not there. Astha Shelvi Jaykishan, okay, Hiren Naresh Munaf, Hiren Naresh is not there, Munaf is not there. Yatish Mohib Hussain Krish, okay, Mishi Khushal Umang, Umang is not there. Parth Kartik Deep Urvisha, okay, Mihir Nirali Sharad Rahul, Mihir Nirali Sharad not there, Rahul, okay. Shreya Krishna Milan Sunil, okay. Harsh Yash Diksha Zenith, Harsh is there, Zenith is there, Diksha is there, Yash is there, okay. Diksha, okay, Zenith, fine. Varun Stuti Om Harshil, Varun is there, Stuti is there, Harshil is there, okay. Dev Yash Kinjal Jai, okay. Manan Bhagyesh Bhargav Sahista, Sahista is not there. Aryan Amit Ruma Bajrang, Ruma is not there. Sonu Aman, okay, Ruma is there. Sonu Aman Rajiv Akhilesh, okay, Sonu is there, Aman is there, Rajiv is there, Akhilesh, okay. Ankit Kashish Rahul Umang, okay. Mananjay Sonu Divyanshu Bhumika, Mananjay is not there, Sonu Divyanshu Bhumika. Chandan Gagan Vinay Abhiraj, okay. Shravan Rinku Roshan Ashish, Shravan is there, Rinku is okay there, Roshan is there, Ashish is not there. Priyanka Vicky Manish Alsef, Vicky, Priyanka is not there, Manish is there, Alsef is not there. Brajesh Rohini Akash,
I'm Priyanka present.
okay. Yes, okay, Priyanka is there, fine. Brajesh, Rohini, Akash, Ravi. Akash is there. Rohini, Ravi and Brajesh, not there? Okay,
Present,
sir.
ma'am. Ravi is present.
Okay, okay. So the absentees are Rohini, Brajesh, Ashish, Mananjay, Sahista, Om, Sharad, Umang, Munaf, Naresh, Chirag and Dhairya. Okay.
Area
If you have
present,
any
ma'am.
doubt, okay, just a second. Okay. So if you have any query, do let me know next time.
मैम रोहिणी पर मेरा स्पीकर काम नहीं कर रहा है ना चैट बॉक्स.
Okay. Fine. So that's it from my side. Thank you everyone for joining. Wish you a very happy day and take care.